Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Zed. Today I'm going to be talking about once more on Palantir. I'm making a little bit of a difference here in the video where I'm going to go first with the due diligence part update and then the technical analysis. If you want to skip through the technical analysis, you'll find it somewhere 2/3 into the video. Now make sure to drop a like to this video to help the channel grow, subscribe, and notifications on. At any point of the video, if you have any questions, you can drop them down in the comments below or through the Discord link that is completely free with no catches there. Just trying to help people out. Jump right into it. So Palantir here. I did go in my last video on capitalization and a bit more in depth about this video. So this time we're going to cover the latest news and new updates with this. Palantir never really seems to fail for me. It is not a data company but more of technology. You want something done in terms of technology wise? They got you. They have 3 different products. They got Palantir Gotham, which integrates, manages, secures, and analyzes enterprise data. They got Palantir Foundry, amplifies and extends the power of data integration. Palantir Polo empowers SaaS in places no SaaS has gone before. And the entire actual program or the entire services are powered by Apollo. They have solutions in AI, machine learning, auto racing, cyber, the list goes on, and I covered that more in depth in my last video. Now, why they're here? We believe in augmenting human intelligence and not replacing it. In 2004, when we looked at available technologies, we saw products that were too rigid to handle novel problems and custom systems that took too long to deploy and required too many services to maintain and improve. And so what they do, they make products for human-driven analysis for real-world data. We build our company around mission-driven engineering. We meet the problems where they live. We design technologies to help institutions protect liberty. We go where we're needed most. And where we're going, organizations around the world are using Palantir to help them do the most of the important work. With Palantir, investigators are uncovering human trafficking rings, finding exploited children, and unraveling complex financial crimes. I can zoom in here just in case you would like to read with me. There you go. Humanitarian responses organizations are directly resource effectively to communities affected by natural disasters. Prosecutors are building stronger cases against insider traders. Public health officials are tracking and containing the spread of deadly diseases. Information security specialists are defending against the theft of intellectual property, while oversight authorities are auditing activities to protect sensitive data from misuse or abuse, and that is just the beginning. We're working to build a future in which public institutions, commercial enterprise, nonprofit organizations can use data to function as they were designed. We fulfill mandates with which they've been entrusted to deliver value to customers and to distribute aid to those who need it most. All right. Next thing here, media, press release, and blog. I try to go on towards their press releases. I didn't find anything new, but I did find in terms of the news/SEC filings 2 things that really saved this one from what was a start of a downtrend. I'm zooming here once again to help you out. Greek government and Palantir reaffirmed digital transformation partnership. Alex Karp, the co-founder and the CEO of Palantir, spoke via teleconference on December 3rd with Greek Prime Minister about Palantir's ever-expanding partnership with the government of Greece to support their COVID-19 response. Dr. Karp and Prime Minister were joined by Palantir executive John Harris, Minister of Digital and the Minister of Digital Governance of Greece, to explore new ways to keep Greece ahead of the curve with their public health response. And so this is a statement that they've quoted. Our partnership with the Greek government has become out of necessity once the pandemic started, and said Alex Karp. Now, he also said we have readily played a key role in their COVID-19 response effort, which from our experience has been one of the best in the world, and we look forward to broadening these partnerships for years to come. All right. Next thing. Think they were done there? Nope. They hit you with another one there. Palantir Technologies expand FDA partnerships with $44 million contract. They announced today that it was awarded a $44.4 million 3-year contract with U.S. Food Drug Administration (FDA). The contract will build on Palantir's existing partnerships with the FDA by providing an enterprise data management and analytical solutions for the Center of Drug Evaluation and Research and the Oncology Center of Excellence (OCE), amongst their other technology investments. This contract represents Palantir's largest partnership with the FDA to date. Palantir software will enable IT leadership, analysts, medical officers, consumer safety officers, and others to use their data to its full potential and make critical information more accessible. Alright, so we get that kind of support that they're going on with $44 million. Now, if you go back towards the newsroom, I believe, and it was down to media, or was it? Sorry, it was actually press release. But nonetheless, it will also be mentioned under over here. You get to see they've actually had contracts as well with other folks like the Army. So that is something really bullish when you're looking at it. They're actually working with the government, and with that comes in more contracts. There comes in more support in terms of special kind of tenders or bids that they can actually go on for. Right here on press release, Palantir enters mission command space with U.S. Army Futures Command prototype. And if you go through the presentation from my previous video, my original one will be mentioned down in the comments below, you'll find other contracts, whether space, army, etc., government. So it is bullish in that sense. Now, coming on towards technical analysis point of view, especially since this one we already know that their basic long-term stands as perhaps a bigger cap, especially with competitors from last time, where I mentioned some of the competitors have price points in the hundreds, or at least touching the $100 mark for the price per share. So the current MACD here looks like it did attempt to go on through a reversal, but it looks like it got denied. ADX shows in a very dangerous trend here that might see a massive pullback at any point, but William %R is somewhere around neutral, and momentum looks bullish. Now the moving averages are looking really bullish, with 2612 on the top and 1975 in the bottom. Now when we look into the 2-hour perspective, what we get to see here is something a bit different. It is in the trading action zone where reversals are likely, and it would be all the way until 2691. So between 2932 and 2691, that is the trading action zone. Now the 80x here, that does look like, hey, it might actually have another trend forming here, perhaps a negative trend, and the MACD looks a little bit bearish as it's retracting and testing a negative trend. Now the moving averages for this one, it's expected to trade on the top at 2373, in the middle at 2157, and in the bottom at 1941. We get to see it hasn't traded within the moving average band for a while. Now stochastic fast and stochastic slow both show that, hey, there might be actually another leg, and don't sell yet. It shows that there is potential for this one still. Now coming in now towards the significant supports and resistances, but before then I wanted to keep the same channel that I had from the times before. That was the channel that was created, and yes, it broke that channel, but it also did something very interesting. It touched again once more the bottom of the channel. So for the sake of the argument, the bottom of the channel is around 24, the middle is 26, and the top is 28. That is kind of what it's expected to trade on when it comes in towards the channel point of view. Now on a Fibonacci retracements point of view for supports and resistances, we get to see that the current support sits at 2824 for Fibonacci, 2412 below there, 2112, then 1832. Significant resistance sits at 3350. Now supports and resistances lines, what we get to see here is significant support sits at 2865. Below there we're looking down to 2811, 2719, and then we jump down to 2568, 2449, and then down to 2391 and 2264 by 2103, and then all the way down where I hope it doesn't touch at 1906. Significant resistances, there's only around 2 or 3 in my mind. 3065 seems to be a really significant one. There is one as well, 2907, worth mentioning. 3123, and if it does break 3123, that is quite important. Especially, it would probably see 3350, and from that point on, we can easily see 4045. It would run massively. That is my anticipation for this. Now coming in towards trading or investing. If you're investing, I think you shouldn't worry much about this one. If you're trading, maybe it could be time to lock some of the profits, you know? Especially if you're coming down from the $9 values. You're up quite you've doubled your money already. So, you know, it might be worth to start cashing a little, but I think this one has a bit more potential. Long-term investment, I think this one has a strong potential, but the decision is yours, and now you have all the data you need to make this decision. What do you think about this ticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like. You have a wonderful day.